Hello, everyone. Welcome. Today, I want to talk about a really fun topic, and I'm also giving you a little bit of a heads up that there's also going to be some tough love in today's conversation. And the reason that I want to talk about getting promoted is because I simply want to see more women in power in companies and organizations. And I'm going to be talking about behaviors that I see a lot of women making that are not helping you. And then of course I'm going to give you things that you can do to support your career growth. So today we are talking about getting promoted. And the reason why I wanted to do this also is because I've had several conversations recently with people who were disappointed that either there was an internal reorganization and they didn't get the job that they wanted, or that they would have liked to have, or that they thought they were going to get, or simply they didn't get the promotion and the next level where they currently are. So I want to start off, first of all, telling you why you do not get promoted. And some of these are going to maybe surprise you a little bit, but don't worry, I'll tell you what you can do about them. And I think I should also preface this by the fact that I was in leadership positions in big companies and in small companies for over 25 years. I had teams that were over 150 people. And so promoting people, doing evaluations, thinking about their career path, it's something that I did for a very long time. And that is why also I want to be so honest with you, because people still get really surprised at how things are done and how decisions are made within companies. So that is why today is about tough love and 100% honesty based on also my experience. So let's start off. People don't get promoted because you have been in the job for a certain number of years. This was something I heard often, and people would say, Karen, but I've been in the job for 2 years. It's time for me to move up. Just because you have tenure in a position does not grant you automatically a promotion and the right to move up. It is totally uncorrelated. The second thing that I heard quite a bit is, Karen, I've worked really long and I've worked really hard and really long hours. I deserve a promotion. Well, I would challenge that also. It's not just because you're working hard or working long that you deserve a promotion. So I'm not sure if you hear, but those first 2 points are really about entitlement. You are not entitled to a promotion. A company doesn't have to promote you. And the final reason that I think that people, in the way that they think about a promotion or a job change that is wrong, is that they are reactive. They start thinking about their next job maybe 1 month before that conversation is going to take place. And so when I'm talking about being reactive, it's people are not thinking about their own careers. I think if you want to have a promotion, you have to take ownership of your career and your career trajectory. Yes, in some very big companies, there will be career planning. And especially for people at very, very senior levels, yes, there are succession plans and things are anticipated. But in most of the companies that I have been in, that is not the case. And with most of the clients that I work with, it is also not the case. So you have to take ownership for your own promotion and career growth. So specifically, please stop with the entitlement mindset. You are not entitled. A company is not entitled to give you a promotion. And so what can you do to put all of the chances on your side to be promoted? So the first thing, and this is just coming back to what I was just saying, please take ownership. If you want career growth, if you want an interesting job, it is your responsibility to put yourself in the driver's seat. That is exactly what I did in every single company I went into. I went in and into a new job, but very quickly I was thinking, okay, what is my next job? And it wasn't to move out of the position. I always changed jobs between, I would say, my average was every 4 years. So by the time I came in, I got a lay of the land. I understood the company culture. Very quickly, I was thinking about where I wanted to go next. What were the skill set that I needed? So I was proactive about thinking about my career. So people get promoted, number one, because they add value to the company. Not because you're working long hours, but because you are adding value. And so you need to be very clear about how you are adding value to your company or your organization. Secondly, people get promoted because people know that you add value and know specifically how you add value. So that's communicating what you do. It's part of building your visibility and building your networking. People need to know what you do. If your boss is the only person who knows how fantastic you are, that is going to be a problem, because promotions are not decided by just your boss. Your boss is going to make a recommendation for you to be promoted or for you to take on a new role, but the final decision is made by several people within the company. So people need to know how you add value. The third point, if you want a promotion and you want to change jobs, you need to tell people that you want to move. You need to be very clear. And that is why personally, for my 4 years, and I told you I changed every 4 years, starting in year 3, I would tell people, I'm thinking about changing jobs. I would love to explore opportunities. Can we talk about it over the next year? And I did that with my boss. I did that with HR. I did that with people whom I knew had influence within the company. That is called planting seeds. People need to know that you want to move. So either you have something very specific in mind, and in that case, you could say, I would love to come and work with you one day. Please think of me if something opens up in your department. If somebody is in the C-suite and you would love to have their job one day, talk with them. Ask them, what did they do? What skill set did they need? How did they get there? But you need to be vocal, and not just once. Please keep in mind that people forget, and we are so in our own mind and in our own jobs and lives, we forget. I forgot I honestly forget what my husband told me last night. Okay. So that's how short memory spans are. So you need to tell people over and over, and you need to tell different people. Number 4 is, if you want to get promoted, also be very proactive about the skill set that you are missing and learning the skill set that that new job is going to require. Very basic example, public speaking. There are a lot of roles where you're going to have to speak in front of a public, whether that be internally or externally. That is a skill. If you don't have, you can start working on today. And I strongly suggest investing in yourself. And I talked about this in a couple episodes back about investing in coaching, but it's also about investing in training. And it is not, so yes, I think it is in part the company's responsibility to support you and to provide training. But we all know that budgets are limited, that budgets get cut. And so I personally always preferred to take ownership of my training. So either I found something and I went to my company and I said, look, I think that this training is going to be really valuable for me and for the organization because. Okay, so I'm not just talking about me and my needs. I'm talking about how it could influence the organization. And I did that once when it was a very expensive training. It was over several months. And I knew that I wanted to take on a much bigger leadership role within my company. And so I found a leadership training and I pitched it to my boss in the company and they said yes. So you can either find a training yourself and see if your company will pay for it. You can actually pay for it yourself. Ask your company to reimburse you is also sometimes an option, or simply invest. For coming back to public speaking, my boss actually told me my public speaking skills were crap. So I invested in Toastmasters. It's a nonprofit organization. So be creative. I spent years in Toastmasters, learning public speaking skills and learning how to improvise. And those skills helped me build my career. But I gave my time. It was outside of work. There was cost associated, but I invested because I knew it was going to pay back. Same thing with coaching. And I did that episode. I think it is episode 19. Investing in coaching also will serve you. So be proactive. This is my point 4. Be proactive about learning the skills that you need to do the next job or the job that you want. Number 5, people get promoted also because of the energy and the enthusiasm they bring to the table and because of their attitude. People don't always have the skills to do the job, but are they positive? Do they have a can-do attitude? Are they open to feedback? Are they solution-oriented? Do they want to learn? All of that is a growth mindset and growth mindset energy. And I was personally very, very sensitive to that mindset in the people that I promoted, because I wanted people who were going to be self-starters, who were going to be enthusiastic about what was going on, who would have a positive impact on the people around them, and who are going to find solutions. Because that's what work is we manage problems. And we manage problems, so we have to find solutions. And so what is the energy that you bring to the table? Are you in victim mode? Are you blaming? Blaming and shaming is the worst thing that you can do. Not taking ownership for your results. So think about that energy that you bring to the table. And finally, I want to leave you with point number 6. And this, I think, would probably merit a full episode on its own. But taking on a position that is one step up, 2 steps up, it is going to require an identity shift. And so you need to step into that identity before you get the promotion. And I know that this is cause for a lot of debate, but do the job and then you get promoted. And that is probably some very tough love that you don't want to hear, but you need to be doing parts of that job before people will promote you. The company needs to know that you have some of the skill set and potential to learn the rest. So you should be stepping into the identity of that person who is in that role. So let me give you an example. And this is probably one of the best pieces of advice I think that I could give you. You need to let go of certain things if you want to move up. And you need to let go of the details, of the nitty-gritty, of the micromanaging, and of the controlling. When we move up, and I'm talking into very senior positions, VP, SVP, C-suite, I still see women hanging on to things that they like doing or things that they feel good at because they feel confident. Ladies, you need to let those things go. And you need to ask yourself, okay, I want that CMO position. What are they doing on a daily basis? How are they spending their time? And then you need to start doing that. Be the person or be the person in the position that you want. Do what they are doing, and then you get the role. Be, do, have. You have to be first that person with their attitudes, with their behaviors, not 100%, but in part. So that's what I have for you today. A little bit of tough love, but one of my absolutely favorite topics, because there is no reason that you need to stay in the same role for a very long time. If you want to grow, if you want more responsibility, if you want a different title, if you want more money also, which comes with a promotion, there are certain things that you need to stop doing and others that you need to start doing. If you have any questions, please reach out. If you want to challenge me, I'm here for that too. And of course, if you want help getting the promotion or stepping into the promotion, feeling fully confident and taking on those behaviors and that attitude and the mindset to fast track your success, please reach out. I work with clients one-on-one. I would love to support you because I want you to succeed. You deserve it. Now go be brilliant, and we'll talk soon.